Welcome to Easy Driver, the most reliable source of automotive information on YouTube. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. The Ford Ranger's comeback, a modern take on a classic truck. Once a staple on the roads and trails, the Ford Ranger built a reputation for being tough, reliable, and versatile. For years, it was the go-to truck for those who needed a dependable workhorse without the bulk of a full-size pickup. After a brief hiatus, the Ranger is back, redesigned and more capable than ever. This revival blends the grit of its legendary past with modern features that meet today's needs. So, what makes the new Ford Ranger such a standout? Let's take a closer look. The legacy of the Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger isn't just another truck, it's a name that holds a special place in truck history. Known for its reliability and versatility, it's captured the hearts of drivers for decades. But to really appreciate the Ford Ranger's impact, you need to look at what made it so popular and how it became a cultural icon. How the Ford Ranger gained its popularity. The Ford Ranger made its debut in the early 1980s as Ford's answer to the surging demand for compact pickups. Unlike larger trucks, the Ranger offered a smaller, more practical size, appealing to drivers who needed a truck for everyday use without sacrificing workhorse capabilities. This balance of utility and efficiency became one of the Ranger's strongest selling points. Reliability. Drivers could count on the Ranger to get the job done, whether it was hauling tools, carrying weekend adventure gear, or running errands. Its dependable engines and rugged build made it legendary on job sites and backroads alike. If you needed something sturdy but not overbuilt, the Ranger was there. Versatility. The Ranger wasn't just for work. It was as comfortable navigating city streets as it was tackling off-road trails. With different bed lengths and cab options, it provided flexibility for both professional contractors and casual drivers. Affordability. Another key to its success was pricing. The Ranger delivered serious performance without breaking the bank, making it an accessible entry point for first-time truck buyers. Its no-frills approach gave buyers just what they needed, without unnecessary extras driving up the cost. Few trucks have been able to strike this balance as effectively. This mix of traits solidified the Ranger's position as a practical yet trustworthy vehicle, earning it a lasting reputation among truck enthusiasts. The Ford Ranger's place in automotive culture. What sets the Ford Ranger apart isn't just its specs or features, it's the connection it has with its drivers. For many, owning a Ranger wasn't just about having a truck, it was about what the truck represented. It became a reliable companion, part of people's daily lives and their biggest moments. For Generation X and Millennials, the Ranger was often a first vehicle, affordable, durable, and easy to maintain. It symbolized freedom and the ability to do more, whether that meant road trips with friends, camping in the mountains, or hauling supplies for a DIY project. It wasn't just a mode of transport, it was a tool for adventure and discovery. Fast forward to today, and the Ranger holds a sense of nostalgia for those who grew up with it. It reminds them of simpler times, when trucks were trucks, built to last without overcomplicating things. At the same time, younger buyers are now discovering the Ranger, seeing it as both a classic and a modern-day workhorse. Even in pop culture, the Ranger has carved out its spot. From its rugged image in advertisements to its appearances in movies and TV shows, this truck became a symbol of reliability and independence. It wasn't flashy, but that was part of its charm. The Ranger didn't need to boast, it let its performance speak for itself. In essence, the Ford Ranger became more than just transportation. It's a truck tied to memories, milestones, and moments that resonate across generations. For many, the name Ranger carries with it a story of resilience and trust, making its legacy as strong as the truck itself. Why the Ford Ranger was discontinued. The Ford Ranger was once a leader among compact trucks, known for its practicality and dependability. However, even great vehicles aren't immune to change. By the early 2010s, Ford made the decision to discontinue the Ranger in the US, leaving fans puzzled. What led to this once beloved truck's exit from the market? A mix of shifting consumer trends and regulatory challenges played key roles in its downfall. Market trends that hurt the Ford Ranger. By the time the Ranger was discontinued in 2011, the automotive market had dramatically evolved. Consumer preferences leaned heavily away from compact and mid-size pickups, with larger trucks and SUVs quickly rising in popularity. Why? People wanted more space, power, and versatility, and full-size pickups seemed to deliver on all fronts. Larger trucks like the Ford F-150 became the go-to choice for many buyers. Full-size models were more attractive because price gaps shrunk. The pricing difference between a loaded Ranger and an entry-level F-150 wasn't as large as you might think. For just a bit more money, buyers could upgrade to a bigger vehicle with more capabilities. Who wouldn't want more bang for their buck? Expanding lifestyles, SUVs and larger trucks offered roomier cabins and more comfort, fitting the needs of growing families and adventure seekers alike. The Ranger, with its smaller size, didn't appeal to these lifestyle shifts. Capability priorities, towing and payload capacities mattered more to truck buyers. As demands grew for trucks that could haul heavy loads and trailers, mid-size trucks felt limited in comparison to their full-size counterparts. The rise of crossover SUVs also hurt sales of smaller pickups like the Ranger. Crossovers combined the utility of a truck with car-like comfort and fuel efficiency, stealing potential customers. In a way, the Ranger was squeezed out by competition on both ends. It was too small and light for traditional truck buyers and less comfortable than SUVs. Challenges with modernization and regulations. Another factor that worked against the Ranger was the rising challenge of keeping up with modern safety and emissions standards. As the years went on, vehicle regulations became stricter and required significant updates to remain compliant. For the original Ranger, this proved to be a tough hill to climb. Safety requirements. By the late 2000s, trucks needed to include more advanced safety features to meet federal rules. Items like side curtain airbags, crumple zones, and better structural integrity were increasingly important. Redesigning the aging Ranger platform to incorporate these technological upgrades wasn't a quick or cheap fix. Emissions standards. With governments pushing for cleaner vehicles, automakers faced pressure to reduce emissions across their entire lineup. Smaller trucks like the Ranger often relied on older engines that struggled to meet new environmental standards without significant overhauls. Developing new, compliant powertrains would have required an investment Ford wasn't ready to make for a model with declining sales. Between fading demand and mounting costs for required upgrades, Ford had to make a tough call. Instead of pouring money into modernizing the Ranger, they opted to focus resources on their best-selling F-Series trucks and SUVs. It was a business decision based on sales numbers and efficiency, but it left a noticeable gap in the American truck lineup. The discontinuation of the Ford Ranger was a clear sign of how much market dynamics and regulations can shape the future of a vehicle. However, as we all know now, the story doesn't end here. The truck world wasn't done with the Ranger just yet. Reintroduction of the Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger has made its highly anticipated return, filling a noticeable void in Ford's lineup and rekindling excitement among truck enthusiasts. After nearly a decade-long hiatus in the U.S. market, Ford decided to bring back this iconic nameplate. But this wasn't just a simple relaunch, it was a response to market demands, a strategic play to compete in a thriving segment, and a revamp of what a midsize truck should offer. That's all for Part 1. Stay tuned for Part 2. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe for more automotive information like this. Thank you for watching.